What's up guys, welcome back from another YgoPro duel video. Again Mayakashi's, but a big difference, or at least a different build compared to a couple of days ago. 2 days ago I believe. So two separate engines are here next to the Mayakashi. The small Mayakashi engine is first of all the Danger engine of course, and next to Dangers we have like the very small zombie world engine with Banshee of course, and the Spirit King being the zombie boss monster. First of all, the Mayakashi engine is very limited, since again it's basically a one-card engine with their level 1 tutoring the level 2 from the deck, and of course the level 2 itself, which can be searchable off of their themed rota, being the Mayakashi Revolt, and of course that, at least that might be important in case of if you happen to have like one of your danger monsters on your side of the field, so both Nessie and GlitchxCity being very convenient, being level 3 and level 7, you can instantly go for your Mayakashi synchros. And there are two reasons why the Danger engine, the Danger archetype, is here next to the Mayakashi engine, and the biggest reason is of course the Danger engine isn't really using its extra deck that much. Well, you can definitely main deck in like Danger Burning Abyss or Danger Dark World, like level 8 or at least rank 8 monsters for example. You can definitely do that, but most of the time it's not really needed that much. You could, but again it's not really needed. And second of all is of course the special summons. The special summons of both Nessie and of course GlitchxCity, again as I mentioned before, both being either level 3 or level 7, and that's very convenient of going, or at least for going to the level 5 synchro for your Mayakashi or your level 9 synchro. Again, tuning up to potentially level 11 and again grinding out, at least pumping out those big boss monsters, right? I've played, like as you're seeing, a couple of different builds. I also main decked like the Dark World engine, but that wasn't really working too well. Again, going for Spirit King or having access to Spirit King, I believe that was a very nice addition. The biggest downside of your Mayakashi monsters is that they aren't really doing anything. Again, upon summon or during your opponent's turn, they are just sitting vanilla beatsticks on your side of the field. And that's where your Spirit King, your level 8 boss monster, can come into play, and definitely because of Banshee, again searchable, somewhat searchable, sending it to the grave with your Uni Zombie for example, so again tutoring zombie world, so again things go together. And also one of the reasons why the Danger engine here is in the deck, because of the Graceful Charity. Again, Danger Zone being the Graceful Charity, you only need one Danger monster in your hand, but the other card to be discarded can be Banshee for example, it can be your Spirit King, it can be Mizuki, which currently is only a one-off, but I might add in another Mizuki, but I want to keep the deck count at 40 cards. So that's like the two biggest reasons why the Danger engine is here in the deck. You know, that being like a draw engine and a beatstick special summoning engine monsters being on the field for those extra synchro summons, since again things go well together. Bigfoot can of course interrupt your opponent's plays as well, you know, with the Danger Zone itself. The Mayakashi trap card, their Reborn trap card, is not in the deck. Okay, you know, you have to discard the card from your hand, but again, I don't really like it that much. Yes, it should work, right, with the Danger cards, but again, it's not really convenient, especially because of Danger Zone, your Graceful Charity. You need to have at least one Danger monster or Danger card in your hand in order to discard it for Danger Zone. So again, I prefer something like Call of the Haunted or Return to the Front, Back to the Front over the Mayakashi Reborn trap card. But again, it's up to you if you want to make that one as well. So that's pretty much it for like the main deck list, right? Still against ADCs here, and as I mentioned in my previous video, there are so many options to, well, you know, get, at least for your opponent, to get rid of like the synchro down loopy thing that's very well known for the Mayakashi, and basically their strength, which on the other side is also their weakness. I mean, okay, it's cute that you can keep upgrading your links, at least yeah, your synchro summons eventually into their link 2, and wait for your opponent to be, at least to destroy your stuff, but again, there are so many options to just dodge, and yeah, for your opponent to get rid of themselves out of the loop, like Boral Sword, Kaiju's, ABC Dragon Buster, right? There are so many options. Yeah, I searched a tuner because of triple impermanence in his deck. I mean, it was just so obvious that the set was the impermanence, right? Since which other trap cards are being main decked in today's format, and if I went for the level 1, I would have lost, I think, you know, normal summon the 1, and here in Ep, yes, as we are seeing, if it wasn't impermanence, I mean, didn't really matter that much. Again, I had the 2 monsters on the field, or was it Checalope, I believe? Yep. So Checalope and I believe another monster as well to eventually make this particular field. So having the link to synchros both level 9 and level 11. And some extra beat 6 on the field. Although, the biggest problem here of this field is that I'm already controlling the Yuko, you know, the level 9 that upon special summon from the graveyard can destroy 1 monster on the field, but you can only control 1, and I realized that a little bit too late, so I can't interrupt any of my, at least I can't interrupt the Yuko summon here, or, you know, interrupt my opponent with a possible Yuko summon from my graveyard to destroy a monster, but I probably should have just used back to the front, for a Tengu, I believe, level 7 that pops the Whirlwind, or should have popped the Whirlwind to prevent like 1 surge, so that would have been the better play. But I think in any situation I would have, you know, just got Boreal loaded indeed, so that's again just one of those main deck answers to it. But this was a very good mill, the level 5 being special summoned from the graveyard, milling the Banshee, and Banshee can be banished during your opponent's turn as well, so at least searching the zombie world, right? Again, very convenient, since now I can freely use my Uni-Zombie and go for the Boral Sword. Again, just keep those standard outs to big boards, both Boral Sword and Boreaload in your extra deck just because of this, right? So here I can deal just enough damage, but if that wasn't the case, my opponent would not have any monsters left on his side of the field, and during his next time I face the Spirit King would have special summoned itself to my side of the field again. Okay, the Danger engine, as you saw, there are definitely some nice benefits to it, but I mean, if you don't like it, you know, you don't really have to run the Danger engine. But on the other side, the Spirit King, the level 8 one, that's something I definitely like here with the Mayakashis. Maybe, you know, adding in, or at least play like a very similar Mayakashi build from me like 2 days ago, more floodgates maybe, more hand traps, but adding in the zombie world, the small zombie world engine with your Spirit King, that I think definitely should be in your main deck, especially because, you know, you can just banish anything from like the graveyard or on your opponent's side of the field with your Spirit King, like when any zombie monster activates, so that also counts when you like reborn your Mayakashi monsters off of Back to the Front or Call of the Haunted. So okay, so this is like an okay field against a normal summon level 1, and I think I should be upgrading. Yeah, again, this is like a small risky move, but there are like tons of danger monsters, at least danger cards in the deck, so it was a calculated risk, I guess. Keep upgrading and eventually going for the Link one as well, and setting all those back rows. Here at this point I was running like a small Dark World engine as well, but that's not really that great. I mean, if things go well together, but most of the time it's just adding bricks to your main deck, I guess. Impermanence here on the Galaxy Knight, not let him reborn something, potentially, yeah, bypass a Boreaload or Boral Sword, right? But using those multiple reborn cards can come into play. Get rid of his Link monster. Now I should be able to attack for game. Uni-Zombie setting up the graveyard with the Spirit King, not that important. And, yep, just attack for game, right? Another example against BA, Burning Abyss. Again, going first. Checalope on the field being the level 3. Here again, maybe, well, if he had Edge Blossom, he probably should have activated already on the Rota, the Revolt, right? So I can safely search the level 1, indeed level 1, yeah, the Mayakashi, and go for 3 and keep upgrading, right? So that's definitely good. I mean, if you didn't go for the level 1 Instantly going for the tuner with your Jackalope, going for the 5, doesn't set up your level 3 Mayakashi Synchro. And again, the Mayakashi level 3 Synchro can sometimes be important, since again, when that is special summoned from the graveyard, you know, its effect will trigger, and no monster on your own side of the field can be destroyed by battle. So that can be, at least that can sometimes come in handy if you're preparing like a big play during your own turn, like going for Boreload or Boral Sword, right? But then, yeah, that of course depends on the game situation. Okay, I do have the field spell here again with the gates, but again, gates isn't really going to do anything here. Okay, this is going to special summon eventually the Spirit King during my opponent's turn, but it's not going to matter too much, since again, at least I have like no options to activate the zombie effect here. Okay, Beatrice will again activate during my opponent's turn, sending the Spirit King from my deck to the graveyard, but yeah, again, no zombie effect is going to activate here, so that's definitely a problem. And now I think he's going to, yep, indeed going for his own Boreload Dragon, I believe Dante as well. Not sure, this is not going to be game, but again, I mean, if you're getting Boreloaded, and especially if I already control like a Boreload, that's super terrible, right? Okay, Spirit King is special summoned again, but it's not going to do anything, right? Call of the Haunted being a bit too slow, so entering the scoop phase here. Last example again, going first, having Nessie again, the Jackalope indeed, Jackalope being level 3, which again can be important for going for the level 7 with Uni Zombie here in this situation. Just keep upgrading. This wasn't like the best move, but it was one of those moves that can definitely be okay, I guess. Again, going for the link, setting up your Spirit King with the zombie world, so again, that's definitely good. This was maybe a little bit like a hasty move, negating the Eclipse, since now, I mean, we knew he had the Levionia to potentially destroy like up to 2 cards on my side of the field, and you know, the negation effect would have been at least come in handy here. Then again, I believe you can arrange a chain links with, you know, your Eclipse and your Levionia, so I think it wouldn't have mattered that much. So forcing out both back rows is again definitely big problem, since, you know, I just want to keep both Cal and back to the front for something like an interruption here when my opponent makes his plays. Him having the Super Bolt, that's okay, that can definitely be good. I mean, this deck plays tons of Searchers, but here in this case, the Soul Charge is one of those cards that just should be banned. But, you know, that's like for a different video, ban list predictions. Going for the 5, keep upgrading, going for 7, etc, etc, but again, keeping the, again, I believe at this point I can't really like activate a zombie effect, so the Spirit King is just like a useless vanilla beatstick on my side of the field. But yeah, whatever, I guess. He doesn't really have a great hand as well. Okay, he does have the, what is it called, the Thunderlord on his side of the field, and well, whatever, right? So going for the 7 as well. The Foolish Burial is a very nice top deck for Banshee using its zombie effect, triggering, well, of course, triggering your Spirit King, banishing his Thunderlord, and searching out the field spells. So all in all, Danger Engine is not really the most needed engine here in this deck. Another option is just like main Floodgates, main like a full Mayakashi engine, but ending in the zombie world, the small zombie world engine. I think that's definitely something that needs to be taken into account with this video. So okay, guys, feel free to leave suggestions, and like always, feel free to leave a comment or a like if you enjoyed the video. Lithium signing out. Peace.